start up our YouTube live stream. Make sure that's up and going. All right, so that's up and going. So there we go. I want to go back to the top here in terms of my weather graphics, and again, just kind of hit the bullet points here. Blizzard conditions ongoing across the area, going to continue as we head into this afternoon and even into this evening after snow comes to an end. Windy conditions, again, been ongoing across the area. We'll take a look at some of those top-end wind gust reports that we've seen in just a little bit. But again, winds are going to stay strong through this afternoon. Again, top-end wind gusts approaching and even exceeding 65 miles an hour, not out of the realm of possibility. And again, we're going to continue to see a lot of travel impacts as we head through this evening. The good news is, again, the snow is not going to stick around very long. Again, we're going to see a lot of melting as we head into the day tomorrow. And again, we're looking at 60s returning to the forecast as we head into the upcoming weekend. So today, going to be pretty miserable, pretty tough out there. But again, conditions will improve as we head over the next several days. So blizzard warning still in effect for much of central and eastern sections of the state, including Lincoln and Lancaster County, until 10 o'clock tonight. Grand Island and Hastings, as well as Kearney, still under those blizzard warnings, and those extend all the way down into parts of southwestern Nebraska, where it's not even been snowing for a while, but it still is pretty windy. Winter weather advisories in the far northeast, as well as the far southeastern sections of the state also go until later this evening as well. So here's the current satellite radar picture. Again, we've been watching the really tight cutoff this morning. It was right over Lincoln. Again, we had producer Ryan Swanigan in the weather shield, and on the north side of town, it was a blizzard. There was snow on the ground. It was blowing sideways. On the southern side of town, it was a little wet, but roads were fine. And so again, it really was right. That cutoff was right over Lincoln, but that snow is filled in and now snowing across the entire county, and we're continuing to see those areas of heavier snow and those dark blues here on the radar. Again, stretching from again kind of up near Wayne, just to the west of the Omaha metro, but again down through Lincoln over into parts of again Seward, Saline County, down into Jefferson County. So still dealing with those areas of heavy snow, and again we could see some pretty intense snowfall rates with this system, potentially up to an inch, maybe 2 inches per hour on the very high end with this system. And then, so not only is the snow kind of rotating back around through the area, but then the whole system itself is continuing to slide very slowly from the west to the east. And so that this band of snow is going to continue to slide through the area as we head through this afternoon. Some dry air is expected to kind of eat into our band of snow as we head through this afternoon, though. So we will see, I think, again, over the next hour or two, start to see some of the snow begin to kind of fall apart, begin to dissipate just a little bit. So, again, that is the good news. Again, you can see some of that dry air pushing into extreme southeastern Nebraska. And then, again, that's areas like Falls City, Nebraska City, Pawnee City. They really haven't seen much of anything yet today. And they were always expected to see much lighter amounts, and their snow will arrive as this whole system then moves from west to east across the area. So again, the snowfall forecast, we still feel pretty good about it. We did kind of maybe pull that 6 to 10 down just a little bit to the south and west to account for already seeing some reports of upwards of 7 inches in the Hastings area. But again, I feel pretty confident again in that placement of that heavy snow. And again, it's, across Lancaster County, the northern part of the county could see upwards of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow. The far southeastern parts of the county may only see maybe an inch or two of snow by the time it's all said and done. So again, think about that range from one end of the county to the other end of the county. We could be going from around 1 inch to maybe around 10 inches of snow by the time it's all said and done. So again, that's a pretty tight cutoff in those snowfall totals. But again, right now feeling fairly confident in that snowfall forecast, and I think playing out for us in real time here over the last several hours. So some of the snowfall reports we do have. We don't have a ton, but we do have at least some snowfall reports. And again, the highest we have thus far is 2 miles east-northeast of Hastings. That was measured at 7 inches. And if I pull this up here, that was measured as of 9:45 this morning. Again, snow is kind of wrapped up out there in Hastings for the most part, but again, that was measured a couple hours ago. Also, 5.7 inches measured in Douglas County, 4 miles north of Gretna. That was as of 11 a.m., so a little more than an hour ago. So again, I might have a little bit more than that. 3 miles north Lincoln, a report of 5 inches of snow. Here at the 1011 studios, we measured about 3 inches of snow. That was as of about 10 o'clock, and again, conditions have been pretty rough this morning. We haven't been all that eager to head back outside to try and continue to get some of those measurements. 5.5, 2 miles southeast of Boys Town. That's a report that just came in. That's not listed here on my list, but that's a report that just came in shortly before we came on. That was almost right as of noon. 2 miles, Blair, 5 inches. 3 miles north Lincoln, 5 inches. 4 miles north Gretna, 4.5 inches. Columbus, 4 inches. 2 miles west northwest Hastings. That's the Hastings National Weather Service office, and that was a report of 3.5 inches, and that was as of 7 a.m. this morning. So again, we'll hopefully get an updated total from the Hastings Weather Service office, as well as the Grand Island Airport, hopefully around the noon hour. And actually, I'm just going to check see in the National Weather Service chat to see if maybe they've sent any updated totals, and I don't see any from the Hastings office, or necessarily from the Omaha office either. So, but again, you can see not a ton of snowfall reports just yet. I imagine we'll get more of those this afternoon after that snow kind of comes to an end. But again, anywhere from just a couple inches to up to around 5, 6, 7 inches of snow across central and eastern sections of the state. The wind gust, wind gusts. I've seen some very strong wind gusts throughout the day. A lot of 60-plus mile-per-hour reports of those wind gusts. But the top end ones that we've seen, the 75-mile-an-hour wind gust reported near Yuling. And then shortly after 11 o'clock, the Lincoln Airport measured a 74-mile-per-hour wind gust. So, again, very strong wind gusts being reported across the area. So, again, even if the snow was much lighter than it is, these winds would still be causing a problem. So, again, and they're going to continue to be an issue as we head through this afternoon. And we have those high wind warnings that are in place across almost the entire state. These run through 7 p.m. this evening. Again, top-end wind gusts could approach 60 to 65 miles an hour. After 7 o'clock, we are expecting those winds to settle down quite a bit, and you can see that here on our future wind gusts. Again, they stay strong through the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, for a good chunk of the 10-11 coverage area, they're dialing back just a little bit, still staying pretty high, though, into far southeastern Nebraska. But as you head between 5 and 10, we'll see a dramatic reduction in those wind gusts. So, again, that is the good news. Again, snow will end mid to late afternoon. That wind will start to calm down as we head through the mid to late evening hours across the state. So here's a live look at sky views from across the state. Again, Lincoln, you can see there in the top left, pretty poor visibility, but again, it almost looks like maybe seeing some sunshine there in Grand Island as snow is wrapped up there. O'Neill, North Platte, western and northern sections of the state not dealing with really much of this system at all. I'd show you the York sky cam, but again, York, that camera has been down for a while as they lost power there in York. But right now in Lincoln, it's 33 at the airport, 32 at the studio. North wind, again, at the top of the hour, says sustained at 38 miles an hour, but with no wind gust, and visibility is down to a quarter of a mile as snow continues across the area. So if you look at the current visibilities, again, it's still at 0 at York. Again, it's been 0 in York for quite some time. A mile and a quarter in Beatrice, half a mile at Epley and Omaha, 2 miles in Columbus, and again, it says half mile right now in Grand Island as well as Hastings. Temperatures across the Lincoln Metro on the Tempest weather stations about 31 or 32 degrees. They've been holding fairly steady there over the course of the last hour or so. Temperatures across the state still 40 in Falls City, but the rest of the state looking at temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. Think temperatures will continue to hold here as we head through this afternoon. We may start to see them creep up a degree or two as we head into the late afternoon as that snow begins to come to an end. But for the most part, again, look for temperatures to hold, I think, fairly steady. Sustained winds right now across the area. Again, it is anywhere from 20 to 30 to 40 miles an hour, up to 44 miles an hour sustained wind right now at the Grand Island Airport. And again, those wind gusts are absolutely howling. Again, 66 miles an hour at Hastings, 55 miles an hour in Grand Island. Not sure why the Lincoln Airport's not reporting a wind gust when we have a sustained wind at almost 40 miles an hour. But again, we did have that reported wind gust of 74 miles an hour at 11 o'clock. When we factor in that wind, we have wind chills into the teens and 20s across the state. So again, 2 days ago, we had record high of 85 degrees. Yesterday was in the 70s, and today we're dealing with this. Again, as it's the last full day of astronomical winter. Astronomical spring starts tomorrow morning, and we'll be ready for it. Satellite and radar picture again showing that band of heavy snow continuing to rotate its way across the eastern sections of the state. But again, for the most part, snow is wrapped up for areas like Grand Island, Hastings, as well as Kearney, but again, still ongoing for areas like Columbus, Omaha, Tacoma, obviously here in Lincoln, Beatrice, Fairbury, Seward, Crete, down towards Hebron and then down into our northern Kansas counties as well. And this band of snow will continue to rotate its way across the area as we head through this afternoon, again ending as we head into the late afternoon. On the other side of the system, we have severe weather. There's actually an enhanced risk for severe weather across parts of Illinois today. So again, all of this is this low pressure system that's currently now spinning its way across parts of northeastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri. So again, severe weather on one side and a blizzard on the other, a classic spring setup for us. And again, we're almost done with it, but again, parts of Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin still have a lot of snow left to come with this system as it continues to move through. So Skycast, I think our in-house model has been doing really a great job with the real-world conditions. I think it has the snow in just about the right place. It maybe has a little bit more of a westward edge on it than the in-house model does, but I think for the most part it's doing a really good job. And the general trend here as we head into this afternoon is this band of snow is going to continue to just creep to the west, or excuse me, creep from west to east across the area. And then as it does, I think some dry air will kind of get mixed in. So this is 2 o'clock, so even by 2 o'clock, it's kind of got Lincoln and Lancaster County on the western edge of it. We can kind of see it also begin to kind of break up just a little bit. If you go forward in time to 3 o'clock, it really kind of begins to break apart. And then as you head past 3 towards the 5 o'clock hour, it really kind of just falls apart. So I think the snow will continue for a couple more hours. But then I think as you head past 2, 3 o'clock, we're going to really kind of see the snow taper off pretty quickly and come to an end. Still could see some lingering snow, though, in far eastern and southeastern Nebraska by 5 o'clock. I think by 10 o'clock, though, certainly, again, snow is done. Winds are decreasing and skies are actually clearing out for us. And as we head through the overnight hours, we'll look for mostly clear skies. That's going to allow temperatures to really drop. We'll see those overnight lows bottom out in the teens and low 20s, and that will be our coldest with this system. It's not an overly cold system by any means. Lows in the teens and 20s aren't terribly far away from where we should be for our normal low temperatures this time of year. And then as we head into Thursday afternoon, temperatures will rebound. It'll be a bit colder for those areas that have some thicker snow on the ground, but it should be pretty quiet as we head through the day on Thursday, and temperatures will rebound pretty quickly, and we'll really begin to melt a lot of that snow pretty quickly, I think, as we head through the day on your Thursday. And then as we head Thursday into Friday, another little system kind of heads our way. It's going to bring in some extra cloud cover, and then a little weak front kind of passes through the area as we head into the day on Friday. It'll bring us a small chance maybe for some spotty rain showers, I think Friday afternoon, Friday evening, but really nothing meaningful, certainly nothing on the scale of what we're dealing with out there today. So those precip chances for us here in Lincoln, they'll remain very high, again, over the next couple hours, but then taper off pretty quickly as we head through the mid to late afternoon and into the early evening hours. So again, I think probably about 2 more hours and some pretty solid snowfall before things start to kind of fall apart just a little bit. So if we look at future temperatures, again, we've already had our high temperature for the day. I think as we head through this afternoon, temperature, especially for eastern and southeastern Nebraska, will hold steady. It maybe get a degree or 2 better by the late afternoon. In the west, we may see those temperatures climb just a few degrees into the upper 30s and low 40s by late this afternoon and into this evening. But then again, skies clear out, things kind of calm down as we head overnight tonight into Thursday. So we'll see those lows bottom out into the upper teens and low 20s by early Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, though, again, temperatures begin to rebound. We're looking at upper 40s to upper 50s across eastern Nebraska. Again, but you can obviously see where the snow is there. So again, we're going to try for 51 degrees tomorrow. Will likely depend on how much snow we end up putting on the ground through the day today as to what our temperatures will be tomorrow. And then even getting into the low to mid 60s across the western half of the state as we head into the day on your Thursday. So that 7-day forecast doesn't look too bad. Again, if you just kind of squint and ignore today, doesn't look too bad for Thursday into the weekend. Temperatures anywhere from the low 50s to the low 60s. Generally dry weather. We'll see a small chance for some showers again Friday, again on Sunday, and then into Tuesday of next week. But overall, things look like they should be pretty quiet for us as we head over the course of the next week or so. And then if you look at the long-range outlooks, again, that 10-day forecast for select cities across the state, you can see some 70s, maybe even some 80s in the forecast as we look towards late next week. That 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, again, favors above average temperatures as we end March and begin April. Also kind of equal chances for both above and below normal precipitation across the area for us as well. So I'm going to kind of stop. I'm going to kind of reset. I'm going to get back up to the top here. And what actually we're going to do is we have now meteorologist Carmelo Latuca on the line. He and producer Ryan Swanigan are in the 1011 Weather Shield. So let's go ahead and bring them in. Carmelo, you and Ryan have been out for the better part of the last 30 or so minutes. Where are you, and how are the roads out there right now?
We are on, Homestead Expressway and Rosa Parksway right now. We are stopped. Conditions are not good, Bill. They're certainly deteriorating from what me and you were reporting on earlier this morning, and even what Ryan Swanigan was reporting on. The differences across town between seeing heavy snowfall and seeing, just some wet conditions on the roads and seeing just some general rain from earlier this morning. But right now, near whiteout conditions. We are stopped once again, but snow is covering the roads. A lot of water, a lot of slush. It's just really messy. If you don't have to go out and about today, it's just one of those days where you really should just stay home, let the plows do their thing as they try to clear all of the snow and slush off the road. But the winds are not helping it whatsoever, and it's just very breezy, if not very windy out here right now.
Yeah, temperature at the Lincoln Airport, Carmelo, is 33. I believe we're at 32 here at the 1011 studios. And, we've been in the 70s and 80s the last couple days. So, again, the ground is fairly warm. The roads are fairly warm. So, it can snow when it's above freezing, but you kind of end up with a situation like this, right?
And that likely would have helped aid in the snow not maybe sticking immediately as it was falling. But, I mean, just with the heavy snowfall rates, it really didn't take long before the snow started to accumulate on the ground. So, yes, very warm the last couple of days. Maybe the onset could have started a little bit sooner if it was a little bit colder. If this was happening about a month or two ago, I'm sure you see maybe just a little bit more accumulation. But really, it just isn't about the accumulation today. It's just about the winds. Gusting up to 60 to 65. I believe I saw Lincoln Airport 74 miles per hour earlier this afternoon. So just incredible wind speeds right now. And we are moving once again. We are on Rosa Parksway heading east back into town. You can see a little bit of the pavement here, but it's not good whatsoever. And if you can stay home, once again, that is the best thing to do today.
And it looks like, Carmelo, again, when you and I were on the desk this morning talking with producer Ryan, he was on the south side of town and there was hardly anything. And I believe right now you're kind of almost in the same spot he was this morning when there really wasn't a whole lot going on there.
Oh, absolutely. Complete difference from this morning. I know it's been about, 6 hours or so, 5-6 hours, but yes, near whiteout conditions, treacherous travel. You can see the tire tracks on the road from where people have repeatedly driven over the road. And this heavy wet snow, it probably would have been blowing just a little bit more if it was that light, fluffy snow in nature. But really, with that temperature right around 32 degrees, we're just not going to see that out there today. It's going to be that snowball packing kind of snow, really heavy, really wet. It is blowing very heavy across the roadway right now. We are driving very cautiously, and hopefully everybody else is as they're out and about today.
Obviously, I see from your shot, Carmelo, and we've seen through most of the morning, there's not a ton of people out on the roads. I'm assuming, again, it's been pretty empty where you guys have been over the past half an hour or so. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's been some cars here and there. Definitely more plows than I've seen compared to earlier this morning. But, there's still cars out and about, so it's not like the roads are completely empty. Definitely want to see as little as traffic as possible. I'm really happy to not see what would probably be a normal day if it wasn't snowing. There'd probably be cars all over the place. But, yes, certainly limited people on the roads right now, and I think that's a really good thing.
Awesome. All right. Well, we appreciate the live report, Carmelo, you and Ryan. Again, stay safe. Head back to the station. Ryan's been going all day. He's been out on the streets for us, and we really appreciate the both of you.
Ryan is a busy bee. He has been doing this for hours now. We really appreciate him. I appreciate him driving me around so I can report on these conditions. But absolutely, we'll stay safe and head on back.
All right. Again, that was meteorologist Carmelo Latuca in the 1011 Weather Shield with producer Ryan Swanigan. Another live report. They're looking at the roads, which, again, not great. Again, it's more the wind that's really causing the issue, the blowing snow, the drifting snow, roads themselves with where temperatures are. They're covered with snow and slush, and so it's difficult to get around. Plows are doing their best to keep up, but it's tough sledding out there. And it looks like had part of the blizzard warning canceled, maybe. I'm going to punch that back up here and see what that looks like. and our lights keep flashing here at the 1011 studios. You can see the TV behind me just went out, as again we're continuing to deal with power outages, not only again here in Lincoln, but across much of the area as well. If I pull up the LES power outages map, it is reporting about 4,500 customers here in Lincoln without power. If I give that a refresh, yep. And it's fairly well spread all across town now at this point. Again, early this morning there wasn't too much in the way of any power outages, but again, for most of this morning into early this afternoon, we've seen these numbers continue to grow and again spread out across much of town as well. Again, here at the 40th and Vine at the 1011 studios, the power has been flickering on and off throughout most of the day today. If I pull up the Nebraska Public Power District, again, seeing numerous power outages across much of the area. Right now, they're reporting 149 outages, affecting a little more than 11,000 customers. And again, it's been all over Milford, York, along I-80 up into northeastern Nebraska. A lot of power outages being reported. And again, this is the Norris Public Power District outage map. They are reporting 233 active outages, affecting a little more than 14,000 customers. And again, early this morning, this was mainly kind of the northern and western half of Lancaster County, but we've seen those power outages spread into the southern parts of the county and into parts of Gage County as well. So continuing to watch as we're continuing to see those power outages across the area as well. So that's going to be something that we'll likely be dealing with as we head through the afternoon, as the snow continues and as the strong winds continue as well. And it looks like they're trying to flicker again there. I pull up, see if I can pull up. This is the LTU snow fighting map that they have. And let's see. They're out and about. Trying to see the legend. Here it is. So the legend is plowed within the last 8 hours. So they've hit most of the main streets here in the capital city. And again, they're going to continue to be out through the rest of this afternoon. If I punch this up, this is their snow vehicle activity dashboard. So it looks like not quite updated, but again, they're out and about, and they're working on keeping up with the snow and the wind that we're dealing with out there right now. So really quickly, I'm going to go back here again. We've got the blizzard warnings that are in place. It looks like it was canceled for one county in far northeastern Nebraska. That came from the Sioux Falls National Weather Service office. There was one county that was canceled. That's it. Not a huge cancellation by any means. Satellite radar picture again shows that heavy band of snow continuing across the eastern and southeastern sections of the state. This is again, like I mentioned, I think going to continue for another 2 hours or so before things begin to kind of taper off for us at least a little bit. If you look at road conditions, this is again the Nebraska 511 map. Again, I actually believe they closed the interstate between it was Lincoln and Lexington, and I believe that's actually now closed all the way to Grand Island. Yeah, so I-80 closed between, North Platte, all the way to North Platte. So again, they're dealing with some pretty tough conditions. You got highway closures all over the place. Again, those the closed roads are those roads shaded in red. Those roads shaded in purple are where they're not advising travel. It looks like they finally closed Highway 6 between Lincoln and Omaha. It appears Interstate 80 between Lincoln and Omaha. Actually, they closed the interstate between Lincoln and Omaha. So the interstate now between Lincoln and Omaha is closed. It's closed at the Gretna. Between mile marker 406 and mile marker 443, road closed to all traffic due to emergency vehicles due to the winter storm. So again, that's the interstate between Lincoln now and the Gretna interchange is now closed. So a number of road closures across the area, a number of roads where it's just don't even try and get across them. Travel's not advised. So we want to be Uh-oh, my computer locked up here. Want to be careful with that. Let's see if I can get my computer back up here. And so now if you look at Lincoln traffic cameras, and again, it looks like I've lost a couple of these, but again, you can kind of see what Carmelo was saying, especially main arterials. I use the word fairly clear loosely, but again, a lot of slush on the main roads, but they are passable as long as you're taking it easy. But again, not a lot of folks out on the streets as of right now, which is a good thing. So we definitely appreciate that. Again, that snowfall forecast we think appears to be basically on track across the area. And again, there's going to be some really tight spreads, I think, across parts of Lancaster County. Some parts of the county could see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow, especially in the northwestern part of the county, and then the southern part of the county, and especially southeastern Lancaster, could only end up with a couple inches of snow. So that's going to be something to keep a close eye on here as we head through the rest of the afternoon. But again, I think another couple hours of snow across the area before things start to improve. The wind is going to be with us through mid-evening hours before that wind begins to taper off. But again, I think the heaviest snow, we're looking at maybe another hour or two of that before things kind of taper off and come to an end. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching another update, again, on 1011's online platforms, again, streaming live on our YouTube, as well as, again, on 1011now.com, our app, and our live streaming platforms, Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, all those things like that. So we'll leave it at that for right now. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. Again, hope everyone, again, just kind of hunkers down. Hope everyone stays safe. Hope everyone stays warm. But we appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. And again, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, as we head through the remainder of this afternoon.